going to discuss about Jackson cross cylinder. So it is clinically referred to as JCC. So JCC is made up of two cylinder, and it is made up of two cylinder of equal power but of opposite sign, and both the axis is perpendicular to one another, and the handle is at 45 degree to the principal meridian. And in JCC we get two lines, two color line, one is red and the other one is green. So red line indicates minus cylinder and green line indicates plus cylinder. And JCC is available in 0.25, 0.5, 1, 1.5 also. And normally we use 0.5 diopter JCC. And the main indication of JCC is it is used mainly to refine the cylindrical power and cylindrical axis. But with the help of a JCC, we can also refine the spherical power. But for refinement of spherical power, we have some other methods like fogging, duochrome, cyclothermia, etc. That's why it is less common for refinement of spherical power. With the help of a JCC, we can also find out the additional power of a patient, and we can also find out the amplitude of accommodation with the help of Jackson cross cylinder. Now, first we will discuss how you refine the cylindrical axis with the help of JCC. For refinement of cylindrical axis, we have to keep the objective value which we have already determined by retinoscope or autorefractometer in the trial frame, and then we have to place the handle of JCC is parallel to the axis of correcting cylinder. In this example, the correcting cylinder which is in minus form and it is at 90 degree. That means we have to keep the handle at 90 degree, because for refinement of cylindrical axis, the handle of JCC and the axis must be parallel or must be in the same line. That's why in this example it is at 90 degree. That's why we have to keep the handle at 90 degree. Then we have to flip it like this. This is flip 1, say 4, and this flip 2. And ask the patient in which flip he or she can see better. If the patients report that he can see equally clear in both the flip, it indicates the cylindrical axis which you have determined by retinoscope or autorefractometer is correct. But if the patient finds some difference in clarity in between the two flips, then you have to find out in which flip the patient can see better. This is flip 1 and flip 2. Say for in flip 1 patient can see better, then and the correcting cylinder here in left side. That means, and that for here you have to rotate the correcting cylinder of the JCC towards minus sign of the JCC. That means here you have to rotate it towards minus cylinder of the JCC. And how much you rotate? It depends on the power of the cylinder. If your cylindrical power is low, then you have to rotate more. If your cylindrical power is high, then you have to rotate less amount. For example, if your cylindrical power is 0.25, then you have to rotate 30 degree. If your cylindrical power is 0.5, then you have to rotate 20 degree. If your cylindrical power is 0.75, then you have to rotate 10 degree, like this. You have to rotate it until the patient can see equally clear for both the eyes. This is with the help of this method we can refine the cylindrical axis with the help of JCC. Now next, how will you refine the cylindrical power with the help of JCC? For refinement of cylindrical power, now we have to keep the axis of the JCC parallel to the axis of correcting cylinder. But for refinement of cylindrical axis, handle is parallel to the axis of correcting cylinder. But for refinement of cylindrical power, the axis of JCC, it may be plus or it may be minus, must be parallel to the axis of correcting cylinder. And again you have to flip it and ask the patient in which flip he can see better. If the patient reported he can see equally clear or equally blur in both the flip, it indicates the power, cylindrical power, which you have determined with the help of objective refraction, is correct. But if the patient finds some difference in between the two flip and the patients report that the image is more clear when the minus cylinder of the JCC coincide with the minus cylinder of correcting cylinder, then you have to increase the minus power. But if the patients report that when the plus cylinder of the JCC coincide with the minus cylinder of the correcting cylinder, then you have to reduce the minus cylindrical power, and you have to do it until the patients report that he can see equally clear in both the flips. Thank you.